What's up, y'all? It's Molick Scott, and
Alston, Rankin.
we're here to talk to you a few things about balancing the social life and academic life of college, and throw in a little fashion tips as well. That's a big deal in college as well.
That's later though. That's later.
And look, just tune in. But in a couple of weeks we actually graduate, and in a couple of months we'll be going our separate ways, going to all the different colleges where we choose. And, college is a big deal. But and it's going to take a lot to be successful. But if you put your mind right and make smart decisions, you can be successful. But when it comes to college, you have your social life and your academic life. But one of the big thing is actually learning how to balance the both. So balance the two, actually. Excuse me. So many professors and scientists actually say that it's best for a college student to actually plan ahead on when they have free time and how to use their free time, because in college, high school students, the transition is kind of hard because high school students aren't used to the workload that comes with college. And with all the free time and all the random class schedules, like you might have a class one day and then not have a class one day and two classes the next day. There's plenty of time for you to procrastinate. And with procrastination, we all know what that leads to. I own up to my procrastination. Yeah. But a couple tips actually that will actually help you be successful in college with balancing yourself is that actually 87% of students actually prefer to study in a library, because this actually allows them to focus more and it's a quieter environment, and you just feel more, you're able to focus and there's less distractions in the library. And myself, I feel like that would work, but I get distracted pretty easily, so who knows how that would go. But also, the biggest problem with college students when it comes to balancing themselves is peer pressure. Make smart decisions, because in college, there's going to be a lot of distractions, such as stay away from the alcoholic substance, and you have females, and
definitely stay away
from that. Females, males, I know we're all teenagers here, you know how that goes, but peer pressure is actually the biggest reason for dropouts, and because most time students don't know how to say no, and that's the number one rule. You have to learn how to say no. That is the biggest rule. Actually, I read that. You have to learn how to say no, because with college it becomes great peer pressure, and peer pressure can prevent you from going to class or doing your work, or maybe going out one night when you have a paper due the next morning and you decide to go out. So it's all about making smart decisions. And there's actually that 70% of students actually believe that when it comes to peer pressure, by learning to say no, their grade GPA actually improved by 0.3 points of a point, or 0.3 tenths of a point. So that's true statistics right there. So actually, all you have to do is learn how to make smart decisions, and with that, you'll be able to balance just fine. And you have to plan and organize yourself, so that it'll make life easier on you. But with that, enjoy it, first of all, because it's going to be a fun time.
I don't think I could have put it any better myself. Seems like you got all that wrapped up. Now, we're going to get into my level of expertise, I like to say. We're going to get into the fashion piece, how you dress when you're in college.
Something right now, I'm slacking.
So what we're going to do, I'm just going to give some basic tips that I learned around the way, coming up, doing what I do. But let's start off with interviews, maybe for a scholarship, maybe for an internship or something like that, or maybe you're trying to get into a frat or a sorority. You want to make a good first impression. You only make one first impression. So what you want to do, you want to stay pretty general, pretty basic. You want to go matching colors. You don't want to bust out with a green top and some red bottoms with some blue shoes. You don't want to do that. That's bad. What you want to do, you want to stick, for the guys, you want to stick to your blues, your blacks, your grays. Nice little sports coats.
Neutral colors that you can match with a lot of stuff.
Right, some nice corduroys, some nice khakis, some nice slacks. A pair of loafers, a pair of boat shoes, Sperry's, something like that. Some Oxfords maybe, wingtips. Simple.
Hey, keep the khaki shorts on deck. Hey, they come in handy.
They never go wrong.
Never.
And then for the guy who's like, well, I don't dress up that much. Keep it simple. Jeans, like I said, sports coat, nice button up, maybe just a polo button up. Keep it simple, 2 button it. Don't have it all the way up here looking like alfalfa. You don't want that. So, keep it right here. General socks. Most of the time, a lot of dudes don't know your shoes and your belt are supposed to match. So if you got a black belt, you want black shoes. You got a brown belt, you want brown shoes.
I actually didn't even know that. That's actually pretty good.
That's a good tip. Because if you think about it, your shoes and your belt accent each other. Those both accent pieces, so it accent what you're doing. As far as, I don't know if you have any tattoos at the time, but if you got tattoos, most of the time you want to keep those concealed till you get the job or get wherever you're going. Earrings, I wear earrings. Try not to have them too flashy. I don't think you want to have a 16 karat in your
ears
ear.
be hanging down.
You don't want any of
Keep
that.
it simple.
I mean, your hair. I mean, you know, do what you do. You know.
Oh,
Fix it up
but
nice.
what about you know, when they go into class and stuff? You know, a certain way they got dressed in, the casual look,
Well,
sporty look. It's just all about who they are.
It is. I mean, it's all about your personality. Like, do what you want to do. Like, wear what you feel comfortable in. That's why I tell people. People tell me sometimes what I'm wearing, they don't like it, or it look this, it look that. It don't matter, because they ain't wearing it. It's on me. I feel comfortable in it. That's what I'm going to wear. People ask me to dress up when I'm going to certain places. Sometimes I might not, because that's not what I'm feeling at the time. So you got to do what makes you comfortable. Like, if you're not comfortable in it, you shouldn't be wearing it. Should have never bought it.
Your clothes shows the example of your personality. So
it does. And so another piece I want to talk about, maybe a first date. You know, you see a nice young lady around campus you want to spend some time with. What you don't want to do is what's called peacocking. You don't want to come out in something extremely ridiculous trying to grab her attention. That's not what you want to do. What you want to do is stay basic. It all goes back to the basic. You can't come out with the green cufflinks and the tie clip and all that kind of stuff. You got those things are earned. If you're gonna go out with a more classy look, just a black suit, gray suit. Take the slacks out, throw the jeans on, make it casual. Keep the top, keep the jacket. Nice shirt. You don't even have to wear a tie. Unbutton the top button. Like I said, don't be looking at alfalfa out there. Easy, simple. Now, I mean, once you graduate some, you know, you feel your style, you know what you're doing, then you can add a little cufflink every now and then, you know, a little pocket square. I mean, you can do that, but for the purposes of impressing a young lady on the first date, she just want to see that you know how to dress, that your mama not picking out your clothes, and that, and that you just not throwing on basketball shorts everywhere you go. So that would be my advice, especially to the dudes. I mean, I wear basketball shorts. I love them. Very comfortable. But for some events, I mean, they just not going to cut it.
Nah.
Basketball shorts and the Nikes, it's time to graduate a little bit. Get into some grown man things, you know. Put on some real shoes, some socks, some pants, you know. Iron, get a nice little crease in there if you have to. So,
with that being said, in reality, see, it's not that hard. You just have to stay focused on what you're doing. And, you know, stick to the main thing is be yourself. Do what's best for you. You're going to have a lot of distractions around you. It's college, but what you need to do is just do what's fit for you. In both of these circumstances, the best thing to do is to do what's fit for you. And if you follow our tips, it should be a fun time. You should be very, very successful in college.
Can't go wrong.
Can't.